Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Especially coming a man from Schwarzell.
Mr. Speaker, before I provide my short contribution on this bill, I just wish to extend profound sympathies to the Labadie family of Schwarzell. Mr. Speaker, we are all aware of the brutal chopping that took place in the community some time ago, and last week the father succumbed. Very sad situation, Mr. Speaker. Schwarzell seems to be having more than its fair share of people passing to the great beyond. But when it is from such horrific situations, you know, it is definitely something that we need to speak up against and speak out against, Mr. Speaker. There just seems to be just such a negative aura with so many things happening, you know, Mr. Speaker. You know, loss of life, not just through the gun or through the knife, but there seems to be such a recklessness on our roads as well, Mr. Speaker. And I pray that, you know, the spirit of godliness would resume in our country, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to make a contribution on the Child Justice Amendment Bill or Act. As indicated by the Prime Minister, the amendment seems to adjust the period which has been cast in stone from 3 years to pretty much at the discretion of the judge. Mr. Speaker, I'm of the opinion that why fix what is not broken? And we may try to bury our head in the sun, but there is a perception in our public space as to how justice is meted out in our courts. And I think providing this subjectivity to a judge, Mr. Speaker, can only continue to fuel such a perception. And we have seen in the past where judges or magistrates have that discretion, and for example, when it comes to a gun-related offense, where some offenders may get a slap on the wrist and others may get, you know, the whole 9 yards thrown at them. And as a result of that, Mr. Speaker, I am of the firm belief that, you know, we really should not interfere in what has been working. I thought the Honorable Prime Minister would also touch on maybe the age that we're referring to when it comes to the issue of a child, because there have been a school of thought that when you look at some of the young people, particularly early teenagers committing various offenses, that these are people who are very aware of what they're doing, unlike when you look at a youngster, say below the age of 12, for example. And maybe there should be a variation or differentiation as it relates to where the discretion should come in. Should it come in for somebody you consider pretty much a child under 12 perception, or when you look at a teenager, as whether that should be treated differently? So that is my outlook on this adjustment that we're trying to make, and whether, you know, we should not go a little deeper in making an amendment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.